The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the February 14th, the Valentine's Day edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. How about we have an extraordinary one? And how about the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we get to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We get to go figure out what the bulls and the bears, what the buyers and the sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know I am absolutely grateful for your presence here, but most importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone, dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got your back. All you need to do is let those fingers do the walking. Send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question, and in the Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Valentine's Day Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, the Dow off 32 points, trading at 25,510. S&P 500 is flat. NDX 100 is not flat. It's up 0.3%. That's 22 points. Russell up 5 points, or 0.3%. Semis up 3 points. Trannies up 45. Composite, NASDAQ Composite up 0.4%. That's 44 points. New York Stock Exchange is off just a tad, down 11 pointeroonies. Gold is flat. Silver down 10 cents. Light sweet crude up 44 pennies, leading the charge to the upside. Ticker symbol EQIX. That's Equinix. Used to be, yeah, it still is Equinix, up 25 bucks or 6.5%. Zebra or Zebra, depending on where you're from, Technologies, that's up $18 and change. That's 10%. CyberArk Software up nearly 20% or 17 bucks. Leaders to the downside, IFF. International something, I don't know, but it's off 15 bucks or 11%. Watsco, WSO, that's trading down 9 bucks, and Amazon off 7. So plenty to look at, but I want to look at what you want to look at. No requests in the system just yet. So let's go see, let's try to figure out. So what has transpired today? That's really the question. And when I say day, I mean day, and I mean we probably should look at daily charts out here. So what was today so far? Well, if we start by taking a look at, we'll switch back and forth between the equity futures contracts and the actual indices out there and anything else that you need. But by looking at this screen, here's what you and I know. From left to right, we've got the ES Mini representing the S&P 500. In the other corner, we've got the NASDAQ, the NQ. Then to the other corner, we got four corners, just like a boxing ring. You've got the Dow, and then you have the Russell 2000. 3 of the 4 were tests of support. Old resistance, that today is new support. What is that? That's the top of those TAS market profiles. Now, I would say the one to pay most attention to is the ES Mini, the one representing the S&P 500. The reason is because the structure of that box is bearish in tone. When price closes above that, there's nothing more bullish than a failed bearish pattern. Today's the first test of that area. Much like we can take a look at diagonal or horizontal levels of support or resistance. In this case here, this is a horizontal support. This is a breakout, and it's a breakout as we speak right now today. Why? Because it was tested and it was rejected. There ain't no other way. Well, you can call it any way you want. Steve-O will share with you there ain't no other way that you can really call it. Now, it's all going to be dependent upon the day's end because we're just midday through here, and anything can happen. But should the ES Mini close below 2737, 0.75, 3 ticks out there, then we will reverse that and say today was not a rejection. Today was not a confirmation of a breakout to the further breakout to the upside out there. In fact, at that stage, we would say it was a false break. So what is it going to be? I don't know. What I do know, and what you now know, is what to watch for. And what to watch for is going to be 27.37.75. Now, if price were to close below that, what does that mean, jelly bean? It means watch for 27.15 to be the next price test to the downside. And below that, 26.83. Would a move back to 26.83 be bearish? No, it'd be nothing more than coming back to another level of support to be tested out there. But right now, that is not the case. The NQ tested and rejected resistance. The Dow basically got down there, not exactly to the T. The T would have been 25,283. Instead, this was more like Passion T, and it was 25,304. Pretty close, but I'm not a big tea drinker. The Russell 2000 kind of was like, hey, I don't know what you guys are doing, but I'm not joining in on your pity party out there. It's Valentine's Day, and it's at new highs. It's at new highs. It's trading at new highs. That is quite a bullish move out there for the Russell 2000. So we should take a look at it. Now, if we take a look at the cash indice out here, we can see another test of support. So you got the equity futures contract doing its dance out there, and then you have the Dow, in essence, testing your green line, sponsored by the Oscillator and Change Line folks out there. And so you've got a test that is, by the way, priced at 25,279. Really, all that the Dow did was just close the gap from yesterday, and it wants to continue to move higher. Until when? Good question out there. We don't really know. We have some targets. We can go take a look at the A to B equals CD pattern out here, and we'll see that we're above the 1.618 A to B equals CD. That opens up the kimono. And when I say kimono, I mean kimono 26,040. Now, 26,040 makes a lot of sense because that gets you back to that Three River Evening Star, the high of December 3rd out there. And the high of December 3rd, I don't have that exact number. We'll see if we can grab that for you. That is priced out at 25,980. So we got 25,980 to 26,040. Not until the bears show up in full force on a daily basis, not some intraday fancy schmancy stuff out there, will there be any moves to the downside. Not until a level of support is broken. And instead, what we see day after day after day is we see support get tested and rejected. If you take a look at the S&P 500, we got the same kind of setup. We didn't actually get down and test Stevie's green line. That's priced at 27.24, but close enough for our work. What did the S&P cash index do today? Well, basically test its gap, small little gap from yesterday to the upside. It wants to continue to move higher as well. By the way, its evening star, its resistance level, the next one is priced out at 2,800, almost even Steven, 2,800.18. Until further notice, that's where the markets are headed. Steve Rhodes with TFNN on a happy Valentine's Day Thursday. Where's my chocolate? Dark chocolate, that is.
The TAS Profile Scanner is the most revolutionary piece of trading software that you will ever try. Wouldn't you like to approach the markets with confidence? As you begin your trading day, it's likely that you'll be faced with lots of decisions. In order to make the best decision, the first thing you'll need is a strategy that will help you minimize your risks. Whether we're in a bull or bear market, a good strategy is to have the tools needed to help you scan and analyze the markets before you trade. The TAS Profile Scanner instantly scans and filters over 2,500 global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, president of TAS Market Profile, the TAS Profile Scanner understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications, automated trading algorithms, and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. Whether you're looking at the trade matrix, the ETF heat grid, the market breadth, the landscape charts, or the many other features of the TAS Profile Scanner, this is a piece of software that will revolutionize how you look at the markets and set up your trades. The team at TAS has even put together a 12-part video series to walk you through every aspect of the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find directly on the TAS order page at TFNN.com. Sign up now for only $97 a month with a risk-free 30-day trial, so you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. See for yourself how you can harness the full power of the TAS Profile Scanner by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services section. Remember, with a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Don't let another day pass you by without trying out this amazing piece of software that will revolutionize how you look at the market and how you place trades. Sign up today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching TigerTV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So the Dow's off about 35. The S&P is down 41 pennies. So what do we want to look at next? And it's really going to be an end of day. I wish I could project for you, forecast, exactly where we're going to end the day inside the markets, but I can't. What I can do is we can go look for, searching for, maybe what should we be watching for? Should we be watching the Dow, the S&P, the NASDAQ? So, well, to a certain extent, we have to watch many of them. We know that so we've got the ES Mini and the, which ones tested the tops of their box? ES Mini and the NQ, and really the Dow. So those would be, we've got 3 numbers to be watching to assist us. Will we get back down there? We close back down there? I'd say I'd watch the NQ as an example. As an example of what? Well, if we take a look at just simply the 30-minute chart out here, and you're going to see a couple of horizontal green and red lines. The one I'm most interested in, quite frankly, is the most recent green line. And that is resistance out here. I know maybe it seems a little cockeyed, a little backwards. I've always said being dyslexic is a good thing because you see things differently out here. I like red for support. And so there you go, red for support. Not focused on support. Really focused on the bounce that we have seen intraday out here. And inside the NQ, if you were going to identify a level where it would find resistance, in essence, it would be that green line, which is where price bounced up to on this rally thus far. So now if price can move above that, well, kudos to it and back to the highs. So right now, as we speak at 1:20 in the afternoon, you've got the NQ at resistance out here. With regard to the other equity futures, now let me put this on a 60-minute chart. Let's just simply zoom up a deal, try to eliminate a little bit of noise out here. Nothing there that really is going to float my boat or your boat. So, I guess that's really all I can see that we would take a look at. If we look at the spot volatility index, well below its 50-day exponential moving average. What does that mean? That means plenty of volatility, plenty of liquidity out there. That's what it means to Stevie. To confirm that, we can go take a look at the high-yield bond fund. There's several of them. We can just look at HYG, see what it's done today out here. Has this thing pulled back? Has this identified some kind of top for us? And the answer at this stage, well, Let's actually get a proper answer. But in Steve-O's taking a look at this chart, the answer is no. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty healthy. You've got to see credit dry up. So meaning liquidity dry up. And this would be one place where you would see that. We really don't have that signal as of yet. Not at least here, and certainly not with regard to the spot volatility index. So plenty of liquidity to keep seeing these pullbacks bought. You'll buy the dip. And Tucker, yes, Tucker's going to upload to me, which is a beautiful thing. A piece of Ghirardelli, 92% dark cocoa out there. That sounds pretty good to me. And plus, it probably will keep me awake for the next 40 minutes out there. But Tucker wants to mix that cocoa with oil, black gold, Texas tea. So if we go take a look at black gold, Texas tea out here, see what it is doing. I remember a few days ago we had somebody that was interested in a short, and my sense was, no, it's too early out there. Of course, depending on the time frame, and really, if we take a look at light sweet crude, Tuck, the chart that I would most focus on, or am most focused on, would be the daily time frame. And what we can see out here, and this is the beauty of these profiles, they provide us with great horizontal support and resistance out here. And this is the daily time frame chart. And what we can see is over the course of the last couple of days out here. Now, we didn't get a new profile. Probably was a few days ago we were looking, and I suggested, hey, you know what, maybe don't take a trade, wait for a new profile to form. One did not form. The existing one still is in place. The existing one has a bullish structure. And as long as price is above 53.39, which it is, that becomes support. Strong support because the center line is at 53.83. Just a smidgen out there, and then resistance is the top of the profile, 55.61. So, Tuck, what we're doing here is we're really just kind of trading sideways. But a close above 55.61 on a daily basis says that light sweet crude is going to continue to move higher. Now, if you're asking me the question, how high can light sweet crude go? The A to B equals CD pattern that would kind of fit my eyes out here would be the following. Now, this isn't a projection yet because price is not past the B point. The B point for me would be the high on February 4th. The C point would be the retracement into February 11th. And that would take you up into the 64, 67 area, maybe even 68.22. Hogwash. I don't know what that means, but hogwash it is. It doesn't mean a thing at this stage until price closes over 55.61. Well, really, quite frankly, it's B point, which is the high from February 4th. That'd be 56.05. But at this stage, just a sideways move. What should you do on a pullback? Look to buy the bottom of the box, 53.39. What was the low today? 53.51. Okay, you got to give it just a little bit of wiggle room. And if you're trading intraday out here with regard to light sweet crude, then you'd be looking to sell 55.61. High of the day, 55.08. Does that help you with regard to Stevie's view of light sweet crude? Hopefully it does. Let me just see here. Let me check, see if anybody is up for Valentine's Day sending me sweet. Oh, isn't it a bummer? Now, not that I like sugar or anything, but isn't it a bummer? You know those little hearts, you know, that have those, one word stamped on, or maybe a couple of little words stamped on them. They don't exist anymore. How could that be? You know, maybe they said, "Be my Valentine." You know which ones I'm talking about. My favorites were the yellow ones. I don't know. My eyes just attracted to yellow, but apparently that company went out of business out there. This bummer. How could that be? We do have a question. This one coming in here from John Z. He says, Steve, I'm considering buying Procter & Gamble, PG. Do you have any, I have an entry price. My upside price target, 112 to 113 from Milwaukee. Hey, Milwaukee is what a great town. I spent a good 8 months there. Maybe the coldest months of my life out there. I remember the day, John, you're from Milwaukee, used to be, I don't know if it's still there, in a Brown Deer Park. You know where Brown Deer Park is at? Probably you do. There used to be a toboggan run there. Maybe there still is a toboggan run. And I remember, I didn't live too far away from there, but I remember when they closed it down because it was too cold. That's how cold it can get in Milwaukee. Hey, the coldest swimming pool is Lake Michigan in July. It can be literally freezing cold out there. And anyway, the cleanest town in the world makes a lot of sense because you can get a beer on basically every corner. That's where I learned to drink, was good old Milwaukee. In any event, let's go take enough of that. You guys don't need any of that. We want to see, does Procter & Gamble have a buy point out here? So if we go take a look at PG, it's trading right now at 98.39. And man, this thing is on fire out there. It's above its daily, it's above its weekly, it's above its monthly profiles out there. So that's a beautiful thing. Today was nothing more inside of Procter & Gamble than a test of support. Yeah, you knew it. Stevie's green line out there. You've got a, we're going to go to break here. Let me just check out a couple of the other patterns. But the buy point on Procter & Gamble, that is long gone. Will it get to 112, 113? We'll find out when we get right back. I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools, as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Hey, good news out here. During the break, one of our dinners found those candy hearts. They originally, I guess they were made by a company that went out of business, and, you know, the normal grocery store where I find them, you know, they weren't there. But apparently, maybe it's a different manufacturer. Apparently, they've got them at Target. So I don't know about you. It's not too late to celebrate, you know, those little sayings like true love, you and me, whatever else you used to say out there. Hey, the good news. I'm going to head there after this show. How about you, John in Philly? John, do you like those little conversation hearts? Do you have a favorite color?
Steve-O, you're asking the wrong man that question.
I
do not have willpower when it comes to avoiding those sweets.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, me neither. But so you've had those before. You've had them before, yes?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, well, do you have I don't remember all the colors they come in, but multicolored. But did you have a favorite color of?
I'm going to have to say green, my friend. I just like green. Keep the pinks and reds away from me. Give me the green.
Yeah. Okay, good. Well, speaking of green, you want to go look at silver out here, hi-ho silver. So tell me how I can help.
Yes, you helped with my questions on both silver and First Majestic, the pure silver miner, Tuesday.
Yes.
Subsequently, we had a little bounce, and now we've broken under 1565. My very specific question, as you look at your work, is there anything that you see in your data that gives you a guess as to whether or not silver will extend its decline down to that 1530 to 20 zone for a potential pullback bottom? That's my question. You have any thoughts on that, sir?
Well, the thoughts would be, as long as price, so it's been pretty resilient. Here, I'm going to give you my thoughts. As opposed to price, well, first, the price target would be 1534 right now that I would come up with, which would be the bottom of its daily profile. But let me show you something that's kind of interesting out here. And first what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the short-term chart for silver, the 30-minute time frame. And on this chart here right now, maybe I'll make them just a tad bigger, just make it a little bit easier for people to see. I'll just increase the font here. What you're going to see, and where these blue arrows are at, you're seeing these 9 counts. This is where you have 9 consecutive closes above a bar 4 bars earlier, or below 4 bars earlier, which would be the red numbers. Now, when you get a turn, if you do get a turn, it typically occurs on bar number 9, the high or the low on bar 9, 8, 9, or 10. And what's interesting about silver on a 30-minute basis, and you'll appreciate this as much as anyone, John, is how well it has been doing at, in fact, doing just that and calling intermediate or shorter term tops and bottoms out here. I mean, it's been working just like clockwork. And you can see that on my screen out here. Now, I just take a 30-minute chart and say, well, is there anything going on? If it's working on a 30-minute chart, maybe the daily time frame chart would be something that could assist you and I in identifying where price might head to. And it looks like today is going to be day number 8.
Oh,
Now, the last time that silver made on a daily basis a low was January 22nd. A hammer candle was count number 9. The last time it made a high before that was on trading day of January 4th, count number 8, so kind of fitting right in there. So, and now it looks like maybe today, tomorrow, Friday, or I guess the silver futures will be trading Sunday, Monday. So it looks like a low, if this pattern continues to work, is not that far away. Could even have been the low of today. And then the other thing is let's say it goes lower for the next couple of days and makes that low out there. The beauty, John, is that on January 22nd, you've got that hammer candle telling us that the market was trying to, hammer out a bottom out there. So from a reward risk standpoint, the lower that it goes, and then you just use the bottom of that trading session, as a possible stop out there. So that's kind of what I see. So there's patterns that have been working inside silver on the short-term charts, 30-minute, and on the daily, the question is, will it work this time too?
That's very helpful. And yes, COMEX does trade Sunday at 6.
Okay.
And then closes early Monday at 1 on those holiday sessions. So we'll have that market action to work with indeed.
Yeah, and that's when most people will be sleeping. And because your favorite heart was green, you'll actually be working. You'll be looking for some more green come Sunday, Monday. All right,
yes,
my friend.
Indeed. Steve-O, thanks so much for the input. I always appreciate it.
Much appreciated on my side. Thanks so much for calling. That was John in Philly. So we're almost to the flat line here in all of the markets, New York Stock Exchange. So what's that mean? I'm just actually kind of buying time here while I look to see if there's any questions that have rolled in. And there's not, so it's kind of quiet out there. So what do we want to look at next? So it's good to go look at silver out here. Just looking around, what can we find? Gold's kind of interesting, at $1.40. Has the decline in gold, has it too found a bottom? And that's something I'm certainly contemplating out here. Here's what we know about gold. And that's that I'll do Roku in just a moment. Look at the very left-hand panel of the chart on gold out here. And what you're going to see, that's gold in dollars. You're going to see this 1306 area. 1306.70 is the top of the weekly. 1306.30 is the bottom of the daily profile out there, and it's been tested several times. Today is, in essence, like the third time is the charm out here. We're not seeing gold priced in the other currencies fall apart. You're trading at a higher high from a closing basis today versus yesterday in Great British pounds. You made a higher high, but you pulled back in yen. An inside-ish type bar in euros, but nothing falling apart here. So what's the conclusion? Support is held. Support has definitely held. But, what's going on inside the GDX? So let's go take a look at what's going on inside of the GDX. Now, in the GDX out here, what we're going to see is that a confirmation, I would say a confirmation, that price would be ready to resume higher, would be close to about Stevie's green line at 22.33 out here. I don't know whether today's going to be count number 7 or not. Remember, we looked at silver, which looks like it's going to be count number 8. At this stage here, the GDX looks like it's trading. No, it's not. Today looks like it will be day number 7 out here. But the 9 counts inside of the GDX are not as compelling, it could be the word that I would use, as was in the case of silver on the intraday time period, as well as really the daily out there. So let's sum it up as we go to breakout here. Every time they push gold lower, they pushed it into a key level of support, which has held. I just have to say, I think that bodes well. If it busts through there, a different story. But right now, support is support, just like we looked at in the indices. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We get back, we're going to go take a look at Roku, R-O-K-U.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you'd like to be the bank and get the type of interest they receive instead of the low interest rates they give to clients, then I have an investment you may want to take a look at. I'm offering 4-year secured first mortgages on buildable city lots in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment can be anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000 per buildable city lot. The interest paid is 7% per year, paid monthly. Depending on the investment, the income per month per lot ranged from $175 for a $30,000 investment to $437.50 for a $75,000 investment. If you are in the CD market, you want to look at this investment. St. Petersburg is located in Pinellas County, which is the densest county in Florida. If you're looking for an investment with your principal intact that pays a good interest rate, this may be for you. The supply is limited, so act now. For more information on these secured first mortgage opportunities, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Hey, before we go to Roku, I forgot that I was looking at Procter & Gamble. So if we take a look at the daily time frame chart for Procter & Gamble, as far as price projections are concerned, I would use the A to B equals CD pattern, look at the daily time frame. October 12th would be my A point. The B point out here would be December 14th, and then a retracement down into December 26th. That kind of makes sense. And that gives me a price target of 105.14. Now, price is trading above 96.89. It did it with some conviction as price was moving into that level. That level had about 13 million shares in the 14th, and price was moving into a 16, 13 million shares, and so forth. So I would say there's a confirmed A to B equals CD into the 105. It was only a 55% retracement, so I would buy into your 111 price target eventually. Is it a good reward risk trade as we speak right now? You really have to use Stevie's green line for your support level, because the bottom of its, or the top of its daily box, is down in the 94 level out here. What's its average daily true range? Let me see. Do I have that? The average true range inside of Procter & Gamble's a $1.43. So you'd have to make $1.43 times 1.618 to figure out your stop in order to get some type of position size out there if you want to move forward with it. But you're certainly chasing what is a nice looking chart out there. So back to Roku's. My apologies for getting about that. But hey, I didn't forget, did I? Now, if we take a look at Roku out here, we would say in the case of Roku, daily and weekly, because we don't really have any monthly stuff, so to speak. What do you mean stuff? We don't really have any monthly profiles to look at, but Roku yesterday closing above a level of resistance, 49.86. That was the top of its daily profile. So that becomes support and any kind of retracement. You're well above the top of a box on a weekly, so that looks pretty good. S&P, that's for S&P in the Tiger's Den. But the only caution sign at this stage here, so that looks bullish, right? So we go look and say, is there anything else that we can see? We can see you had this little 9 count out here on February 5th, and it managed to be one of those sideways moves. You get a change in trend, a little hiccup, which usually lasts for a bar or two. Price moves up, tells you you've got a really strong trend underway, or you move sideways. And that, in essence, is what occurred here inside of Roku. So that pattern is kind of off of the table, so looking good today. But if we go back to December 25th when it made a low, we start doing our wave counts to the upside. You are in wave number 7, and you could get some type of pullback. Would I sell this? Are you in this S&P? No, I wouldn't. I'd just be aware of wave number 7. Now, you'd like to see this not close below support. 48.35 would be the number. Stevie's green line out here. You're moving into a tough area. Potentially tough area, because you've got a gap. Let's go back to the daily time frame chart. It's easier to see on my black screen than it is on the clear or white background screen. And here is your agitation area. Here is your area where you've got potential shareholders that are just saying, count my lucky stars. Because I bought this between 55 and 51, and when this thing, Roku, got down to $26, they were saying to themselves, you've probably never done this. I've done this, but you have probably never done this. Please, God, please, trading God, just give me my money back. I will be happy to exit. So in essence, S&P, you're up into that area. In that area, the downdraft was fairly significant, about 34 million shares. So resistance is where you're trading into, another level of resistance. Wave number 7, you got a little fight going on here between the bulls and the bears. I don't know who it is that's going to win. Just be careful. And make sure that price doesn't close below support, whether it's the top of the box at 49.86 or Stevie's green line at 48.34, or just to say use the 48.34 as you speak right now. So that's what I see when I take a look at ticker symbol ROKU. And that was probably brought to you by our sponsor, the Couch Potato. All right, what do we want to look at next? No other requests out there. Hey, you in the den. Throw out a symbol to me. Throw me something. Oh, wait. I take that back. System has updated. HD, we have a couple of requests out here. So HD wants to take a look at NGD. Well, that makes a lot of sense. If we take a look at NGD, I believe that is New Gold. NGD is the ticker symbol. Let's go see what it is doing out here. Oh, that does not look good. Looks just basically downright horrible. So what is New Gold doing out here? What is New Gold doing? Well, first of all, you've got volume in this equity coming off of a so-called high, right? A high at $1.33. You know, HD, you know Stevie's take on these lower price stocks out there, right? And my take is that when you trade or invest in them, the easy deal is just buy a non-expiring call. You know, take whatever money it is you're going to risk on it, and just, if it's $1,000, just buy that much in the way of shares and stick it away. But because if you're trading something like this, that's a pretty big percentage decline, right? Yesterday it had made a high, and everybody might have had a warm fuzzy feeling at $1.33. Today it's at 93 cents. What kind of percentage change is that? That's a stinger percentage change, and it's moving down with volume. The question I think would be, is it moving down to a level of support? Can this find support? You know, here's what NGD is doing, and I hope if we ever took a look at this over the past couple of weeks, that what we said was, just look at the monthly chart out here and just know that resistance is at $1.28. And this hit $1.33 yesterday out there. And now it's pulling back to the bottom of that level. So here's your range. The bottom of that level is 89 cents. So what you don't really want to see this thing do is close below 89 cents. You're at 93 now. Why? If it gets below 89 cents, then I got to say you get all the way back down to the bottom. 75, 79, something along those lines. So that's what I see out there when I take a look at ticker symbol NGD. That is New Gold Inc. Just truly getting hammered out there, and not the good kind of hammering, if you know what I mean. Got a couple, yeah. So the number of shares, and thanks for telling me that. I would just watch those areas. You know, watch those areas on that. HC writes in and says, oh, well, this is a roses are red, violets are blue. Happy Thirsty Thursday. May your timing techniques continue to love you. Oh, that is a beauty. I like that one. We're going to have to, I hope so too. Thanks for those well wishes out there. Okay, about 20 seconds before we go to the next breakout here, let's just take a quick peek, see if there's anything significant going on in the markets that we can see. And the answer is no, not really. You know what we can do when we come back from this breakout here? Let's go take a look at a couple sectors, or as many as we can. Let's do that. Let's look at the sectors inside the S&P 500. Let's get a gauge. Are there topping signals, extension signals? What's going on inside of the, such as like the XLK, right? The #1 weighting in there. What do we see here? We don't see a top in place. Price above Stevie's green line, 67.96. It's above the top of the profile. And yesterday was letter number F, wave number 6. And we get to wave number 7 tomorrow for Fun Day Friday. See Rhodes with TFNN, no top, the XLK.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark have launched a special for a limited time only. Save 25% off Primal Edge and Health Signals. Just use promo code HEALTH for Health Signals or use promo code PRIMAL for Primal Edge and save 25% off instantly when you sign up. All the details are available on each order page at TFNN. Certified personal trainer Nico DeHaan's newsletter Health Signals comes out twice a month and is packed with great information on health, fitness, and diet. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox, and contains a special blend of ionic soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form. This sale won't last long. Sign up now using promo code HEALTH for Health Signals or PRIMAL for Primal Edge and save 25%. For all the details, visit the front page of TFNN.com right now.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Quick peek at the sectors inside the S&P 500, right? If you're going to see a top, you'll start to see the sectors give you some topping signals. We looked at the XLK, didn't see anything. Look at the XLV, the healthcare sector. You're in wave number 6, can't get wave number 7 until Tuesday. Would really be Wednesday would be the confirmation. Looks like this has got 92.96, the 1.618 A to B equals CD. To the upside in it, we go take a look at the XLF. The XLF has got some topping signals with regard to a nice little shooting star, a gap to the downside today. But price just testing the bottom of its box, so it hasn't completely broken down. 25.76 out there, but a little bit of weakness out here. Is it the XLF that's going to go ahead and crater the rest of the S&P 500? Probably not likely. If you take a look at the XLY out here, just tests of support. Stevie's green line, no topping signal in place there. If we take a look at the XLI, this thing is in wave number 7 yesterday. If you take out yesterday's high, that thing recycles, wants to continue moving higher. No real topping signal just yet. Warning shot across the bow, maybe something, but no breaks of support out there. The XLP, consumer discretionary, up into resistance for sure. You'll see a green line, a red line out there. It's the green line we're focused on. and wave number 7, letter G out there. But today was a move lower testing support. This is how strong the market is. Stevie's green line, 53 out there. If we take a look at the energy sector, XLE, another one, singing in the key of G as we speak, but still no breaks of support. This does have resistance, 65 and 26 out there. So a close above that, that would be pretty bullish. But you watch Stevie's green line. That would be the next resistance zone, about 67.83. So topping signal, so to speak. Signal the right word? Yeah, we're going to call it a signal. But that's it. That's all. That's all she wrote, folks. So look, have a happy Valentine's Day. Do something sweet for someone. In fact, for everyone out there. Just do something sweet. That's a beautiful thing. Thanks for being with me. That was very sweet of you to do. And I'll look forward to seeing you on Fantastic Friday. Have a great afternoon.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.